When my old Canon 5D died, I bought this incredible R5, which I've been shooting a lot of video on. Mal suggested that we record Tim talking about his archive. We started moving the archive from Thora to a container they'd set up at home. But then Tim became ill. Yes, Tim was the legendary photographer from the conflicts in Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia and beyond. But to me, he was a dear, dear friend.
Of you, what hijacked my world at night, to a place in the past we've been cast out of. Now we're back in the fight, we're back on the train. Chain gang. Circumstance beyond our control. The phone, TV, and the news of the world got in the house like a pigeon from hell.
Next step towards godliness and cleanliness in an archive of doom. Oi! You can see vague potential, but I just like the idea of all regular shelves right through, like in an IKEA showroom or something. You know, like where you walk and you go, "Fuck, that's just awesome." And you realise that's years of fucking labour. I ain't got years left. 750,000 fucking transparencies you've got to somehow lick into shape and hopefully make an income from. Before I moved down here, I went through my entire archive. 700,000 transparencies, and did a chainsaw edit. Only kept valid top stuff, but as main files I pulled from every country, every place, every story, signs of our times and portraits and hands. Because I've got a book called In Praise of Hands, which is already virtually done. Sean Flynn's camera bag. Oh, fuck rain.
Comes again.
Pan the other way. Look at the rain. Again. This is all Neil Davis's footage, including the tape out the camera he killed him when he got killed.
Okay.
Filmed his own death.
I'll take care of those then.
Christmas Day, 84. I've got an electric cinema screen which can come down from the ceiling, and then about where you are I put up that Bell and Howell Second World War tripod with the leg spreaders and move it about and have chairs, and you can watch films, video or slides.
Nice.
I mean, okay, in a small and narrow space. I've already decided those brown shelves that I'll try a sheet of plywood, because I've got one in the shed. Put them flat on the floor here, and they just go round with a, I guess, screw 'em in.
Yep. Screw down to the floor.
10mm screws. Oh, and some, what do you call it, doodah, liquid nails.
Liquid nails is all the go.
We like liquid nails.
Do your best and liquid nail the rest.
I mean, there's different grades of it, but it's sure as hell sorts out life. It's the Northern Star of Hope
Okay.
in the Viking pantheon.
All right.
A Leica digital and a Leica film camera. I mean, I'd like to put a 100 to 400 on a Sony in there. That's all I need. And it doesn't weigh too much, you can't get it into an overhead locker on a plane. I keep on trying to get sequences right in my head. Which stuff has top import? I've got almost one big shelf of just to be scanned. Black and white, no, there's another shelf just of America black and white, which is in the process of being scanned and being evaluated. I hesitate to use the word edited, because until it's all scanned, then the edit can start. Then things can go into deep, not deep storage, but they can stay in one, they can go into a tub of all nicely put into 4-ring binders. For the next step, when you need to, the pictures that are going to go in the book, and they've got to go to the printer to get scanned, you know, because they've got to go to Chris Reed. So you've got this immaculate fucking print to scan. That's the next step. I mean, I'm learning the hard way with black and white shit. You've got an old negative, and it's got all kinds of, I mean, shrapnel and, you know, mold, I don't know what. Give it to somebody like Shane, who's the top scanner in the country, and it comes back and you've got this. Then I give the scan to Chris and he makes a silver gel print from the scan. Then you end up with the black and white you want. It's a horribly complicated learning curve. Color is actually much simpler because you can print from the scan of the transparency.
Yeah.
You get a better rendition from that than from a color print. Then there's the C41, which I'm really worried about.
What's that?
Why? Because the AP found, and the Department of Defense Signal Corps found, that the first Gulf War, they have no record. They used C41 high-speed film,
It's disappeared.
and the emulsion has disappeared. AP lost 5 years of the 90s. The emulsion was so,
Thin. Dusty.
and I was working for the Scotsman, Spiegel, Stern, the Guardian, the Sunday Times, bricks of the stuff. And when I was out in Cambodia, I'd sold 2 pictures of the AP, and the equivalent of Doddy at the AP or at AFP would give me a brick of film and $100. $100 I didn't have before for 2 silly pictures.
Yeah.
Hey, and I've got more film. Hey, and that's like
Gold.
that's like day rate. You know, like film is. If you're freelancing, a brick of film that's $100.
Yeah.
At the IGA in Nambucca, they do a really good roast pork.
Yeah.
You know, like sort of belly of pork, and I like the crackling.
Oh, I love crackling.
You like crackling?
When it's good, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's chicharron, the Mexican stuff. It's like, and it's not on part of the menu in this house, so
Yeah. No. Got to get it when you can.
so I have to sneak it in. Yeah, it's the best bit of roast pork, isn't it? The crackling.
Yeah.
If it's done right, you can. It's probably not that good for you.
I don't have it very often.
No,
I
but
enjoy it when I do.
yeah, I mean, it's completely stupid to say it's not good for you, because most of what we eat is not necessarily good for you.
Yeah.
But does it satisfy?
Does that.
Can I nick a bit of your backy?
Sure.
Cheers. Pancreatic, gallbladder, liver, lung.
It's bad, isn't it?
Not treatable. Yeah, I mean, I can have chemo and put a bit of a break on something. My humble experience of watching people who've had chemo and the traumas that it causes, I'm not strong enough to take that kind of battering. I still have an option to choose it if I want, but obviously the deeper it gets, the less effect it has. So I've opted out of that. It was even booked in to start tomorrow.
Okay, well, it's your call there, isn't it?
There's no, as with a piece of elastic, there's no time definition except I'll be lucky with a year. I'm determined to stretch it to at least that. This has got to get done. 2 books have got to get out of here. End of story.
Yeah.
The system seems to be solid. We've already had consultations with palliative, bridge care gap, home services, whatever. And the range of stuff is, well, at least we got a new government promises
Thank God for that.
better health, I think.
Yeah. Better nation.
At least the health system's money won't dry up under Labour.
It's true.
I mean, or is less likely to.
Might even get a government that's serious about climate action as well, with a strong crossbench that
And
will
trees.
support that. Yeah.
And making things in Australia.
Yeah.
So I've got the same attitude as that. I know it's going to be aggers and shit, and that fucking frightens me.
Yeah.
Mal's coming apart at the seams. She needs to go away. I'm not sure. Ironically, I just talked to my mate Kevin, who's been fighting cancer for 5 years, 6 years now. I'm not sure. I've had messages from people who've been diagnosed with leukemia 10 years ago.
Still going. Yeah.
So I draw hope. There ain't nothing else to do, really.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to suddenly wake up and find a magic fucking pill.
What did they say the likelihood of the success of chemo would be?
It's not going to cure it.
No, might slow it.
It's too far gone.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a handbrake turn, shall we call it, in a hoon to the end. Sorry, that's a bit Australian, but you know, that's not a bad way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's a handbrake turn in the hoon to the end. It's too invasive. I don't relish the whole thought of Chernobyl running around inside of me. I mean, it's partly caused by the new dynamics of Agent Orange. I've had enough of all that shit. Go away with your fucking weapons of war. Go away. Spread them where we don't need them. We don't need them made. But anyway, fuck it. I've put my hand up enough on that issue. In fact, it can be at the New Coffs Museum when Willis and I have the opening show next year. I'm going to print what I did for, unquote, my PhD in photography. 18 portraits of Agent Orange victims. And they can come in and that's the first fucking thing they see.
Yeah, pretty powerful stuff.
Lest we forget.
That's right.
And then a series of beautiful Afghan aerials.
Nice. Lest we forget there too.
Lest we forget. In a different sort of way of saying it. And I hope to be there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I suppose the frightening thing is you don't know when the bad bit's going to hit. You know, and so can you risk travelling? You know, can I risk? Yeah, I can go away to Brizzy or something. I'm safe. Do I cancel Cambodia? Will I be cognizant enough when it gets bad to be able to deal with seeing people without being over the top or fucked or whatever? Don't know. Can't predict. I suppose that unknowing is what freaks us all in the end.
Do your Buddhist beliefs help you through this time?
Yeah, I think once I've settled my head, it sounds like something you just do. Once I've got this underway and I've actually got nibbled at what I'm supposed to climb towards as opposed to descend from, I can see putting a little shrine in here. So I don't know, out on the porch, I can put a shrine out on my porch. Don't think you can get arrested for having a shrine on your porch.
Don't think you need a DA for that.
When I was in strife in the 80s, I did check into monasteries. I did check into Thai Watts, where the bhikkhu, the abbot, were all Vietnam vets and stuff. I mean, long story. It helped a lot. But it also taught me that I can meditate and balance at home.
Mm.
Just have to create a space you can do it, which shouldn't prove too difficult.
Yeah.
I think I got enough time without terrible pain to organize a lot of stuff that can happen. Or maybe I'm just being a wishful thinker, but I believe in myself. There's enough time before the onset of the bad shit.
Inshallah.
And also now I've got my GP. We had a very good session last week. All, what's the right word, revved up. No, wrong word. In tune. Scripts in, the right boxes and the social madness ticked. Boom. The idea of dying in Coffs Hospital is not attractive. I mean, you can buy that one. Bellow Max in the palliative wing, like poor Annette. But the very nice lady who came yesterday, she said we can fix nurses for home and da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's good.
Just got to get Mal rebalanced. Wheels are coming off every direction. But she doesn't like designating things off. She's got to take time away from it.
Yeah.
From me and Mum. She's actually got Joey to come in for a week and look after, with his girlfriend to look after Mum and
That's
me.
good.
And she just go up to Brisbane, sit at Rusty and Donna's beautiful house on the river, drink lots of shampoos, unplug her brain. And I think, I've got to talk to Rusty later today. I've got to somehow help organise that.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a change of government.
That's a good thing.
It's hopeful.
Isn't
It's hopeful. Now we can all be disappointed by Labour again.
But at least Penny Wong's in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
there's a
Look.
solid woman. Beverly Ann.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's okay, just enough to revitalise the bubbles.
I mean, there'll still be millions of loose ends.
There's always going to be loose ends.
I didn't put the oil away.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and it'll haunt me as I go out there and have a cocktail with Sean.
I just think, Tim, deal with the legalities so that that's done and taken care of. And then it doesn't become something that Mal's going to have to do herself. If you weren't able to finish that yourself, is there anyone who knows the work and the information that could finish that on your behalf if necessary?
A couple of people.
Good. Line them up for it. Surprise yourself. You might have longer left than you think you do, and you might be able to conclude many of these projects.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's in my mind to think to do so. I know from what I already feel it's going to be degenerative.
Yes.
And like we were talking about the napping and trying to keep appetite up and ding 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 ding. The irony is, without even thinking about the sale of the whole fucking thing, the sale of prints. I've just sold another box set, a non-box set in New Zealand of all places. There's enough of a cash flow to have my lab in Melbourne and to pay a student $100 a day or whatever. And the lab in Melbourne making prints. So as I scan the top pictures, I'm getting top prints made, signed, which is instantly money for Mal.
Yeah.
You can't miss anything with her.
Oh, she doesn't miss Not anything.
You've got a number of different unfinished projects here. Hopefully you'll have time to finish some, if not all of them. But it just seems to me that the sale of the archive is the overarching one to get to a point of agreement and legality that even if the other ones don't get done,
I think
the main one does.
it's a weird feeling, like I had premonitions of all this bad shit. I don't know why it was like
You did a few months
I had
ago, yeah.
premonitions, that's all I can say. But I also I've had this constant weird dream. So weird that one morning I was dreaming the dream. I woke up, had a pee, came back to bed and finished the dream. I dreamt the container was going out the front gate on this, 28-wheel low loader. And sitting outside where it was all cleaned up, which is almost was an attaché case. And I opened the attaché case, and on the top was a kilo of the most perfect buds you've ever seen in your life, and underneath $1 million cash.
It's a great dream, though. It's a wonderful dream.
I went back to sleep and finished it.
That's awesome.
And being sloppy as a motherfucker, I didn't bother to check how much was in there. I opened a bag of weed to see how good it was. I mean, it was
Priorities.
It was all upside down, all the wrong thinking, sir.
And oh, my love, calm down. Oh, my love, come tumbling down. Oh, my love, come tumbling down. Oh, my love, come tumbling down.